Hello everyone, welcome back again. So I will continue with learning JavaScript basics, and today is the third lesson. And in the previous video we have learned about commands and variables and their differences. So I have opened index.html and on the browser too. So let's start writing the code. Okay, I'm going to open also app.js in order to write externally, and let's get back, and we have to connect our HTML file to JavaScript file. How we can do it? So as you know, in order to connect the style sheet, we need to connect before the title or under the title. Before the head actually, instead of the head. And if we want to connect the JavaScript, we have to do inside of the script tag. Inside of the body, instead of the script tag. So we have to write script, and inside we'll write src and /app.js. Okay, our file is connected. So how we can check it's connected or not? By writing console log. So for example, we can write connected, and we can come here, and then we can open our console with inspecting the browser, and we can see our console here, and it's connected. Now it's working. So if I comment this one, it's not working, you see. Okay, so the next thing is, today's topic is about data types. So there are two types of data types in JavaScript. The first one is primitive data types, and the second is non-primitive data types in JavaScript. Okay, so as you know, JavaScript is case-sensitive programming language, and also it is dynamic programming language. So we'll learn what's data type and in what cases we are going to use. So data type in JavaScript, there are primitive and non-primitive data types. The primitive data types is like number, boolean, string, symbol, big int, undefined, null, and these are the primitive data types. And non-primitive data type is only one, which is object. So let's get started and let's learn. So in the previous lesson we have learned some of the variables. So let's write down let as a local variable, and I'm going to write number here, and this number is the variable name and assignment operator, and we need to give a number, for example 5, and we need to put semicolon after the code is ending. So this is number data type we call. Okay, so the next is we can write let string, and like this, hello. So string is hello. We can define string in two ways. The first way is by writing this kind of one quotation mark or two quotation marks. Okay, so both of them is string. However, we mostly use for symbols as this one, like for example F or M, like female or male. In this kind of cases we use. Okay, so this is a symbol data type. So in order to define, like you can see in every a variable like number, string, symbol variables, we are defining what is that. So number should be 5, so string should be like with quotation marks, symbol should be 1 quotation mark, like that. And the next thing we can write is null. So what is null? Actually, null is a data type, so we have to change it because we cannot declare. So okay, I also need to mention that while we are declaring the data types, or while we're declaring the variable names, we cannot declare with data types. Like null is the data type name in JavaScript, and we cannot give the same name because the null, if we give it like this, it's saying variable declaration not allowed at this location because it is the name of the variable. So we have to give a unique. So it should be, for example, 1. We can put it. So what is null? And null is actually, you can see it's a number, string, symbol. You know what's this, right? But sometimes now it's a bit difficult to understand for new JavaScript learners. So null is a data type that is empty. I mean, there's no anything. Like there's a box, but inside of the box, it's empty. But there is box, okay? So the next thing is undefined. So I will write undefined, and I will put 1 because it's also the type name. So undefined. Undefined is something that we didn't define. So something it is not defined. Like for example, I'm going to write let, for example, num1, and I just put semicolon. So as you can see in here, we didn't define anything, right? Like we just define the variable name, but there's no assigned operator, and we are not assigning any kind of value to this. So let's see all of them in the console. So in order to see, just I will give number. So one by one we will see it, okay? So let's go down, and it's number, you can see. Or we can see more. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so number. So this one will be string, and the next one is symbol, and next one is null1, and undefined one, and num1. Okay, so as you can see, we are seeing the output in here. So we can close this for the moment being. So the first is number. As you can see, it's in the color of the pink, and not a pink, violet. And the next is hello, it's a string, and the next is symbol f. They are in the same color, but null and there are two undefined, you can see, but they are in black, like a bit blacker, like that. So the most learners who are learning JavaScript for the beginning didn't understand what is the difference between null and undefined. So as you can see, undefined is not define any kind of value, and there's not any value for the variable, but the null is empty. So we can assign other things too for the null, but for also undefined we can assign. But main difference is a null is empty, undefined is not defined for something, any kind of value. So the next is Boolean. So what is Boolean? Boolean has two values, which is false and true. So if I write true, and we can write false here. So true and false, you know the meaning, and in which cases we are going to use in JavaScript mostly to check something is true or something else false. So we can see also in the console. So I'll write console log bool, and the next one is boolean, and we can see true and false, and the color of true and false, I mean the boolean type, is also violet color. Okay, so these are the primitive data types, and I would like to mention also there is big int, but I'm not going to show this one because we mostly don't use in JavaScript. So in JavaScript we can assign a number in two different types also, like for example if we have 5.2 or 5.3, we can assign in the same way, like number. Okay, there is no any kind of different data type for this, so we can assign 5.2 and we can see the number in the console. The same, there is no any kind of errors. Okay, and for in JavaScript we can assign a big number within 16. So if I write 16 times 5, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can see the output. But if I assign more than 16, it's showing a kind of E and plus 30. So, or I cannot assign 17 too. You see, it's giving 0. So the big value for number data type, it's only maximum 16 long. Others, no. And the other, it will be big int. So I hope you understand what is that. Okay. And the last thing is the non-primitive data types. So let's write down non-primitive data types. So for non-primitive data types, yes, it's object, like it's showing here. Also array. Okay, let's just put it here. It's fine. So my AI is being written this automatically. So I will explain step by step. So we have assigned a variable named let, and the variable name is array, and assigning the value in the square brackets with array. So array is we can assign more values in one variable, but you can see here we are assigning only one value. Like we cannot give here something else. It's giving an error. We can give, but as you can see, variable declaration is expected. It's showing. You see. So we cannot give more values in one variable, but if we are using array, we can give not only numbers, we can give string, we can give symbol, we can give true or false, or we can give 5.2 or like undefined. Everything we can give in array. Okay. And the next data type for non-primitive is object. So object is it's written here in curly braces, and we mostly use object for many purposes. And in order to store data types, the data of something from the in the web development. So as you can see, object. We are assigning with curly braces, and there is name, and the name is the variable name, like we can imagine like that, or object name, and the next is age, and that is merit. So we say this one is property of the key value, key, and this is the property key value. This is the key and this is the value. So in order to assign the value, we are using this one. We cannot use this one, we can use only this one. Okay, If we use equals, it's did you mean to use this one? You can follow property name when containing literal is part of a destructing pattern. So as you can see, it's giving error, so we have to use this one. And then everything is fine. And in order to see that, let's see on the console. So first, let's see array and go. So as we can see, array, it's showing in this kind of line. And when we open this, starting 1, hello, 5, true, no, as, true, 5.2, undefined. And it's showing index. So in IT, the index starts from 0, not from 1. Okay, this is the index number and this is the value. So in the 0 index, we are seeing 1. In the first, hello. In the second, as. In the third, true. In the fourth, 5.2. In the fifth, undefined. But the length is not 5, it's 6. Because length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We start from 1. Okay, you understand. So we don't need the prototype now for the moment being. And let's see object 2. So this is the object. And almost the same as an array, but there's no its index at the moment. So there is age is 30, is merit is false, name is John. You see? And the object we use in most cases. For example, here instead of object, I can say user 1. The first user of our website is named John, and his age is 30, and is married? No, it's not. He's not married, and that's it. And also, while writing objects, we have to separate with commas. So this is the lesson that we have to learn. And in the next videos, we are going to learn more about JavaScript. And I hope you learned more and practice at home about this. And thank you. If it's beneficial for you, I'm very happy. And do not forget to share with your friends.